Hello, everyone. Welcome to Whispered Tales. Today, we'll share a story that can guide you through an important decision in life: when to start your own business. This is a crucial choice, and without proper planning, it can be risky. Through this story, we'll find out what proper planning is needed to start a new business. But that's not all. We will also learn some new words and how to make sentences with them. It's a perfect combination to learn important life lessons and English together. So stay with us until the end for an insightful journey. In a small, bustling town, there lived a 30-year-old man named Liam, a hardworking man full of dreams. During the day, he worked as a salesperson in a company, and at night, he transformed into a corn dog seller at a local food market. All this was to provide for his wife and two children. Liam wanted to expand his business by introducing new menu items, but was constrained by limited time and physical and mental exhaustion. Recently, he faced a major dilemma. His demanding office job was causing him a lot of stress, and the thought of resigning to focus on his business started to take root. However, he feared that the income from his business might not be enough to support his family. One Sunday, using his day off, Liam decided to take his family on a trip to the countryside to visit his elderly parents. After enjoying some warm moments, he decided to take a walk around the village and met Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert, a local farmer, was once an office worker, but now fully focused on his business, giving Liam great hope. Liam approached Mr. Robert and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Robert, do you have a moment to talk?" Mr. Robert, busy collecting chicken eggs, welcomed Liam warmly. Seeing Liam's gloomy face, Mr. Robert was curious, since Liam used to be a cheerful boy. Liam then shared everything with him, from his job struggles to his desire to resign and focus on his business. Understanding Liam's concerns, Mr. Robert began sharing insights to help him make the right decision. He said, "Liam, there are at least 7 things you must consider before leaving your job and focusing on your business. Your decision should be based on careful thought and thorough preparation." Liam listened intently, ensuring he didn't miss anything. Mr. Robert said, "The first and most important thing is to take small steps. A common mistake new entrepreneurs make is starting big without experience. It's like flying a plane without attending pilot school. The risk of failure is very high. For example, some build large chicken farms without ever raising a single chicken, stock hundreds of items without selling even one, or open a cafe with a massive investment without testing smaller sales first. Surely you've seen businesses in the city fail within a year, despite their grand beginnings." Liam nodded in agreement and asked, "So what should I do, Mr. Robert?" Mr. Robert replied, "For beginners, it's better to start small, like climbing stairs. Begin with a small investment to minimize risks. If you can sell 1, try selling 3. If you succeed with 3, aim for 10, and so on. As you progress, not only will your revenue grow, but so will your experience." This first piece of advice opened Liam's eyes. Grateful, he took a moment to absorb the lesson before Mr. Robert continued. "The second thing you need to consider is your side business income. If your side business income already covers your family's needs, it's a good sign, but it's still risky. Businesses often have ups and downs, unlike stable salaries. A safe threshold for resigning is when your side business income reaches twice your family's needs. This cushion will provide enough financial security during the initial transition. If you decide to resign, utilize your time to develop your business further. Open earlier, add new menu items, and ensure your income reaches a comfortable zone." Liam eagerly nodded, appreciating every word of wisdom. Curious, he asked for the next lesson. Mr. Robert smiled and said, "Wait a moment, Liam. Let me grab some coffee, because the next points will be even more interesting." After a short break, they sat under a shady tree near the farm as Mr. Robert continued. "The third thing is an emergency savings fund. It's essential to have savings to cover at least 6 months of expenses as a precaution in case your business doesn't yield stable profits. Ideally, savings for a year would be even safer. This fund acts as a safety net, allowing you to focus on your business without worry. The fourth consideration is your ability to manage the business. It's not just about having great recipes, Liam. You also need to learn how to market effectively, set optimal hours, and more. You can learn from social media or others' experiences. Ensure you're prepared and not just trying your luck. Mr. Roberts' light but insightful explanation was easy for Liam to grasp as he nodded repeatedly, signaling his understanding and readiness to hear more, while sipping the coffee Mr. Roberts served as they watched farm workers tending the livestock. Mr. Robert continued, "The fifth point is determination. Starting a business requires strong resolve and perseverance. You must be ready to face challenges like fierce competition, fluctuating sales, and operational hurdles. The sixth is the stability of your side business. Ensure your business has been stable for at least the last 3 months. 6 months is even better. Stability demonstrates potential sustainability as a primary income source. Resigning before achieving stability can be very risky." Finally, Mr. Robert emphasized, the seventh is understanding the risks. Learn about your market, competition, and potential challenges. By understanding risks, you can develop strategies to minimize losses and maximize profits. So, Liam, are you ready to resign? Liam paused and then answered confidently, "I'll carefully consider the 7 points you've explained, Mr. Robert. For now, I can't decide yet." Mr. Robert smiled, pleased with Liam's thoughtful response, knowing that he had truly absorbed the advice. That evening, Liam thanked Mr. Robert sincerely and promised to apply the lessons he had learned. Today, we learned important life lessons from Liam's story and discovered how to make better decisions when considering a major change. Also, remember, learning English can be fun when you practice regularly. So keep listening, learning, and growing. Don't forget to like, comment, and share how this story inspired you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story where we'll continue learning together.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. If you're juggling a demanding day job with maybe a side project you're really passionate about, you know the big question. It probably keeps you up at night. Would you actually, cut the cord? When is it time to swap that steady paycheck for the scary but exciting world of running your own thing?
It's a huge modern dilemma, isn't it? And getting the timing right is just critical. So today, we're really digging into the advice given to one guy wrestling with exactly this, Liam.
Right, Liam. He's 30, successful in sales, but totally burned out. And his side hustle, he makes and sells these amazing corn dogs at a local market.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, and he's dreaming of quitting his sales job, going full-time with the corn dogs, for his wife and 2 kids, but burnout.
Yeah.
It can really cloud your thinking, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. Which is why Liam went looking for advice. He found Mr. Robert, a local farmer, interestingly enough.
A farm?
Yeah, someone who actually made that leap himself years ago, traded an office job for farming. And Mr. Robert didn't just offer vague encouragement. He gave Liam a really solid 7-point checklist.
Okay, and that's what we're doing today. We're breaking down those 7 crucial things, the hard numbers, the mindset checks that really you need to consider before you even think about writing that resignation letter.
Exactly. This isn't about just feeling ready. It's about being provably ready.
This is your blueprint for figuring out the when.
So let's dive right in. The first big hurdle, the trap lots of new founders fall into, is how they decide to grow.
Yeah, which brings us straight to Mr. Roberts' first big piece of advice: scaling incrementally. It sounds simple, but, we hear these stories all the time, right? People taking huge loans, launching big.
Right, the big bang approach. But the advice here, and the data often backs this up, is that starting big without the experience is just, financial suicide.
Mr. Robert had a great analogy for this, didn't he?
He did. A really powerful one. He said it's like trying to fly a plane without ever going to flight school.
Oof.
You might have the best plane, the best engine, but if you don't know the controls, the risk of a crash, meaning total bankruptcy, is incredibly high.
And the sources we looked at had some pretty stark examples. Someone building a massive chicken farm before they've even raised, 10 chickens successfully.
Or the consultant who leases a huge office and hires 5 people before they've signed a single client. It's that optimism getting way ahead of the actual proven reality.
So what's the right way, according to Mr. Robert?
Start small. Think of it like climbing stairs, not jumping off a cliff.
Yeah.
Your first investment should be tiny. You're basically paying for your education at that stage.
Okay.
So if you fail, and you probably will fail at something initially, you want those failures to be cheap lessons, not disasters that sink the whole ship.
So for Liam, sell 1 corn dog successfully. Then figure out how to sell 3, then 10.
Exactly. You're building revenue, sure, but more importantly, you're building processes you know work, incrementally. It's about mastering the basics before dreaming big. Proven skill over just ambition.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It leads us nicely into the really stressful bit for most people.
Oh.
The money,
Always the money.
which is consideration number 2.
Yeah.
The side business income threshold. This is crucial.
And it's where so many people get the math wrong. They think, okay, my side hustle now covers our family's basic bills. I'm good to quit.
Right, but that's dangerous.
Very. Because a business income isn't like a salary. A salary is, stable, predictable.
Mhm.
Business income, it can swing wildly month to month. Plus, you have to factor in things like self-employment taxes, which can be a nasty shock.
So just covering the basics isn't enough. What did Mr. Robert say the actual safe number is? The threshold for resigning.
He was really clear on this. Your side business income needs to consistently hit twice the amount your family needs each month.
Wow, twice. Double. That sounds really high. Especially for someone like Liam, already burnt out juggling 2 things. Isn't that setting the bar almost too high, making people wait forever?
It sounds conservative, I know. But think about why it's double. That first 1x covers your basic living expenses, right? Your mortgage, food, utilities.
Okay.
That second 1x, that extra cushion, that's what covers the stuff people forget. Self-employment taxes, easily 15–30%. Health insurance premiums, which are often way higher when you're self-employed.
Ah, right. The hidden costs.
Exactly. And business downtime. What happens when your corn dog fryer breaks? Or you have a slow couple of weeks? If you're only making just enough, one bad week, one unexpected expense, and you're suddenly scrambling.
So that 2x threshold isn't about getting rich quick. It's basically buying yourself stability. Insurance against the chaos.
Precisely. It buys you the freedom to manage the inevitable ups and downs without panicking. And there's another key part to this. If you do hit that 2x target and decide to resign, you absolutely must use that time you've freed up, the time you used to spend at your day job, to actively grow the business.
So for Liam, that means maybe opening earlier, adding new things to the menu, finding new locations.
Yes. You're not quitting to relax. You're quitting to reinvest that time into making sure that 2x income isn't just a temporary peak, but becomes sustainable and ideally grows further. You trade salary time for focused growth time.
Okay, that 2x rule makes a lot more sense framed that way. It's building a financial fortress.
A fortress, exactly. Which leads perfectly into the next layer of financial protection, the personal safety net. Consideration 3, emergency savings fund.
Right. Everyone talks about needing savings. But again, Mr. Robert gave Liam some specific targets. What were they?
Absolute minimum is enough savings to cover 6 months of your family's essential expenses. No negotiation on that.
6 months minimum.
But the strong advice, the safer target, is to aim for a full year of expenses saved up.
A whole year. Why the big jump from 6 months? 6 months feels like a decent cushion already.
It's about the psychology as much as the money. Think about it. If you only have 6 months saved, and your business hits a rough patch in month 2,
You start panicking, looking over your shoulder, maybe already polishing the resume.
Exactly. You spend that precious time worrying, maybe even applying for jobs again, instead of focusing 100% on fixing the business problem. But if you have a year's worth of expenses in the bank.
Okay, I see. You have breathing room, you can stay calm, focus on the business issue, find solutions.
Right. That extra 6 months buys you clarity, it buys you focus. It allows you to make better decisions for the business because you're not operating from a place of immediate fear about next month's rent. It lets you be a better entrepreneur.
That makes perfect sense. So the financial foundation is aim for 2x income, have 6–12 months of personal expenses saved. That's a solid base.
Very solid base.
Okay, so once the money side is looking healthier, we shift gears a bit. We need to talk about actually running the thing, which is consideration 4. Ability to manage the business.
Yes, because Liam might make the best corn dogs ever, right? That's his core skill.
But that's not enough. You'd think a great product is like 80% of it.
That's what almost every founder thinks initially, and honestly, it's often the least critical part once you're actually operating.
Really? How so?
Well, think about it. Liam could have a world-beating corn dog recipe, but if he messes up his permits and gets shut down, or he can't figure out how to reliably source his ingredients at a good price, or nobody knows his stand exists because he has zero marketing.
Then the great recipe doesn't matter. He's out of business anyway.
Exactly. The product, whether it's corn dogs or consulting, is just the entry ticket. The real game is everything around the product.
So what kind of skills are we talking about?
Operations, logistics, supply chain management, pricing strategy, especially digital marketing these days, understanding basic accounting, maybe even managing staff eventually. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's wearing a lot of hats.
A ton of hats. And the advice here is start learning this stuff now while you still have your day job income. Don't wait until you quit.
How do you learn it?
Read books, listen to podcasts like this one, take online courses, watch tutorials on social media, find mentors, talk to people who've actually navigated, say, local health codes or setting up an online store.
So don't just assume you'll figure it out or get lucky. Be prepared.
Preparation over luck every time. You'd essentially have to be ready to do the job of 10 people, especially in that first year. It's intense.
Okay, intense is a good word. And that intensity requires a certain internal drive, which brings us neatly to point number 5, determination.
Absolutely. This moves beyond the practical skills and finances into the mindset. Are you truly ready for the grind? Do you have that deep down grit and perseverance?
It's different from corporate burnout, isn't it? Being tired from your 9 to 5. That feels different from the exhaustion of running your own show.
It can be. Corporate burnout often comes from external pressures, feeling like a cog in a machine. Entrepreneurial burnout is intense, yes, because everything rests on you. There's no safety net below.
No paid holidays, no sick days for a long time probably.
Right. But often it can also feel more meaningful because it's your vision, your purpose driving it. Still, you have to be prepared for relentless challenges.
Like what?
Fierce competition popping up out of nowhere, sales suddenly dropping for reasons you don't understand, suppliers letting you down, unexpected costs. You have to be ready to face all that day after day without giving up.
So for Liam, if he's already feeling completely crushed by his structured sales job, he really needs to ask himself if he has the internal engine to handle the 24/7 chaos of his own business.
It's a serious self-assessment. Does he have the resilience? Because determination is key.
But determination alone isn't enough if the business itself isn't solid, right?
Yeah.
That grit needs something real to work with.
Precisely. Which leads directly to the 6th checkpoint, a really critical one, stability of the side business.
This is about proving it's not just a fluke.
Exactly. You need concrete evidence that this side hustle has real sustainable potential. It can't just be based on, the excitement of the first few weeks or a lucky busy season. It needs to have proven itself.
So how long? What's the time frame Mr. Robert recommended for proving that stability?
Minimum time frame. The business must have shown consistent, stable performance for the last 3 months. That means hitting or exceeding those 2x income targets we talked about reliably for 3 months straight.
Okay, 3 months. That feels achievable.
It is, but the preferred metric, the one that gives much more confidence, is 6 months of proven stability.
6 months. Why is that extra 3 months so important?
Because 6 months pretty much guarantees you've weathered some kind of dip or challenge. Most new businesses have a slowdown after the initial buzz wears off, or they hit a slightly off-season period.
Okay. 3 months might just be the honeymoon period still.
Could be. Quitting after only 3 successful months is still pretty risky. You haven't really stress-tested the business yet. 6 months of consistent performance demonstrates genuine resilience. It shows the market actually wants what you're selling on an ongoing basis. It proves it can be a primary income source, not just a temporary success.
That 6-month mark really feels like the line between a promising hobby and an actual viable business.
It's the proof point. It really is. And proving that leads us right into the final piece of due diligence. Point number 7, understanding the risks.
We talked about financial risks and having buffers, but this sounds broader.
It is. This is about proactively identifying all the potential threats and challenges beyond just cash flow. It's about looking outward at the market, the competition, potential disruptions.
But not just hoping for the best, but actively planning for the worst.
Kind of, yeah. It's not about being pessimistic. It's about being realistic and prepared. This means doing serious homework. For Liam, it's not enough to just know he has competitors.
He needs to dig deeper.
Much deeper. He needs to ask specific what-if questions. What if that big fast food chain on the corner starts selling gourmet corn dogs next month? What's my response?
What if the price of cooking oil doubles overnight?
Exactly. What if the market where I sell closes for a month for renovations? It's scenario planning, understanding how different variables could impact his business, positively or negatively.
Like stress testing the business plan itself.
Precisely. The goal here is twofold. First, know your market and your competition inside out. Second, by understanding the potential downsides, the maximum potential losses from different scenarios, you can develop actual strategies now to minimize those risks, hedging your bets.
It's the final reality check, making sure the potential failure is manageable, not catastrophic.
That's the goal. It turns a leap of faith into a calculated risk.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. 7 points. Start small, scale incrementally. Aim for double your family's needs and income. Save 6 to 12 months of expenses. Build your management skills before you quit. Check your own determination level. Prove at least 3, ideally 6, months of stable business performance. And finally, understand and plan for the risks.
That's the framework Mr. Robert laid out.
So after hearing all this comprehensive strategy, what did Liam decide? Did he hand in his notice?
Well, he listened really carefully. You could see him weighing that immediate desire to escape burnout against the logic of this checklist.
The emotion versus the formula.
Exactly. And he realized, wisely, I think, that he just wasn't there yet. He couldn't resign. Not right now.
Where were the gaps?
He'd maybe hit the 1x income level some months, but nowhere near the consistent 2x threshold. And he definitely hadn't proven that 6-month stability yet. His savings weren't quite there either.
So he had the drives, the determination maybe, but the foundation wasn't built yet.
Precisely. And that's the big takeaway for you listening right now. Making this leap. It shouldn't be an emotional reaction to burnout. It needs to be a deliberate, calculated move based on real preparation, proven stability, and those crucial financial cushions.
It's a process, not a panic button.
Absolutely. And if you think about those 7 points, determination, that internal drive is like the engine of your new venture, right?
Yeah.
It's what powers you forward.
You need that engine.
But an engine, no matter how powerful, is useless if it runs out of fuel or if the car itself is falling apart.
Okay.
The other 6 points, the scaling strategy, the income threshold, the savings, the skills, the stability proof, the risk assessment, those are the fuel line. The strong chassis, the safety features, they're what allow that engine of determination to actually run effectively without crashing and burning.
They turn the gamble into a calculated venture.
Perfectly put. So our final thought for you today is this. Take these concrete metrics we've discussed, that 6-month savings goal, the 6-month stability proof, the 2x income target, that honest assessment of your management skills, and really evaluate your own stability score.
Where are you strong? Where are the gaps you need to fill right now?
Because doing that quiet, unglamorous work before you leap, that's what builds the foundation for actually achieving that freedom you're dreaming of.
That's the deep work. Until next time, keep digging deeper.